Secretary Clinton, I'm a conservative. I read your book cover to cover because I was really interested in your perspective, and still am. And one thing that bothered me is that if I'm being honest with you, I felt that there was some tone deafness as to why, when you say you were unsure as to why the race was so close to begin with. I was talking to people throughout the country. I have Trump supporters in my family, my friends, who were saying, we're frustrated with rising Obamacare costs. We're frustrated with government overreach. We're frustrated that we had a president that couldn't utter radical Islamic extremism with the ease that we wanted him to. Some of those people were voting for Trump based on real issues. Do you acknowledge that was happening?
You know, I do. I do acknowledge that for some people those were real issues. I, of course, take issue with them because I was Secretary of State, and there was a very good reason why the president and everybody around him was careful about how you talk, because you want to zero in and defeat the terrorists. You don't want to inflame a religion of 1 billion people. So I really understood what the point was. And then I think, and so there's a decent debate about this, and I think that's what I wanted in this campaign. I don't think we got it. I think we got a reality TV show campaign, and I think that it was really hard. I mean, when you have a presidential campaign and the total number of minutes on TV news, which is still how most people get their information, covering all of our policies, climate change, anything else, was 32 minutes. I don't blame voters, you know? I mean, voters are going to hear what they hear because somebody is telling them. And if they only hear one side, it's understandable that they're only going to believe one side. And if they don't get a broad base of information to make judgments on. So I think it's important that we not only look at what candidates and campaigns have to do, and frankly what the government has to do to deal with this Russian threat. I think the press has to say, how are we going to cover candidates going forward who may take a page out of, you know, Trump's book? And the more outrageous you are, the more inflammatory you are, the higher the ratings.
That's the problem.
And at some point, you know, it isn't a reality TV show, it's reality. And we've got to get people back into understanding and voting on that.
Well, you know, you get a